Hey everyone, it's Taya Tripp. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video of a lost hippie commune. So this commune is called the Mahana commune. It's found in New Zealand. It started in the late 1970s. It's off-grid. You kind of have to take this dirt trail to go and see it. I don't know much about it, but that's why we're going to be watching a video by Vice Asia today, and we're going to be reacting and seeing what this commune is about, why it was abandoned, and we're going to be following around this guy named Arthur who lives there. He's going to be telling us about what is going on inside this commune. We're going to explore all of that right now.
We're not a community anymore. Things change, I understand that. But sooner or later, families will come here again. You know, we want to live this kind of lifestyle, you know. Oh no, not home.
Wait, this is kind of, I know it's abandoned, but like living in an area where the forest has just like completely taken it over is kind of cool. Like it's very hidden, very like nature oriented. Like I actually like that, but I only think a few people live here, which we're about to find out. I think only a few people live here, so it might be kind of spooky. So you have to be like really strong-willed to live here.
It hasn't happened yet, but you never know. That guy is the one who burns down houses.
That third eye tattoo on his forehead is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Wait, I have my eyeball shirt on. It was meant to be. I was meant to be watching this video right now. Synchronicity!
That's as far as you can see. That's Mahana, everything. You know, right up to the top there. That's all Mahana. Now living here is not easy. Well, at the moment there's about 20 people that live here. And I would say about 2 teenagers. I've lived here approximately 35 years. The peak of Mahana would have been about 20 years ago. That's when it was a thriving community. Everything was done voluntary. People did everything on a voluntary basis. Nobody was compelled.
This is so crazy. Like imagine having a community full of people and then one day they're just gone and there's like 20 people that live there. Like that's crazy to like watch the community grow and then fall. Like this guy has seen some stuff clearly.
To do anything. In those days it was about between 60 and 70 people lived here in that heyday. 27 children. Well, that car belonged to a guy who used to live in that house. And when he left that car behind because it was broken down, you know. Mahana started, it was a festival in the 1970s, in Nambassa Festival. People put forward that all problems in the world are caused by the ownership of land. So the Mahana people that were there, that took part in that festival, got enthused by that, and they decided to form a company to buy a block of land and set the land free. So that it wasn't...
That is so cool. So he's saying that these people went to a festival and from that festival, they were like, you know what, we should start a community that's off-grid. So these people bonded during this festival and all had this idea to start a community together. That is so cool. And I know that's still a thing, but it doesn't feel like it is as much. If any of you guys want to start a community, let me know.
Not owned by anybody, and anybody could come and live here. They took out a mortgage, and the mortgage was eventually paid off, and the land is now what they call freehold, an open community. Any person can be a member by signing the book, agree to these rules. You don't have to pay a fee. Yeah, there are hundreds of members of the Mahana society. They don't necessarily live here, but they agree with the rules and the object of the society. Of course, over the years, that philosophy is sort of been watered down by the ones who presently live here. The rot started about 12 years ago. People started drifting away, and the ones that stayed here, they want to change the rules and have the land only for themselves again, which again...
That is so frustrating. It's like no matter where you go, there's always going to be those people who feel entitled or who want to be in charge. Like, can we just have a community where we're all equals and we all get along and everything is amazing? Is that so hard to ask?
Problem. They want to own it, it's theirs, and you can't come here. This was a perfectly livable house, and a lady with 2 children and her father, they wanted to move in here. In order to prevent her from moving in here, they did this to that house, because they want the land for themselves. It's actually dangerous now, you know. But the people who did this, they use all sorts of excuses.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, go start your own community. Don't become a part of a community that has like good intentions and then try to insert yourself as this king.
They use the excuse that this house was a health hazard. Anyone who did this lived more than a kilometer away from here. A health hazard to whom? This used to be a house where we stored the honey. There's a concrete slab there, that used to be the kitchen. He burned it down, but he started a fire underneath it and then walked away. But you can say the trees are burned. He doesn't want anybody new to come to Mahana.
Clearly, the people who destroyed this community had bad intentions from the start, and it's like, why would you even move out here to do something like that, just to make people's lives harder? It's just like, that's the exact opposite of what hippies are about. Hippies want love and peace and equality, and so if you don't have those standards in your head, why are you joining a hippie commune?
This is the old cookhouse. That's where we used to have our communal meals and with the kids and everything. It's a bit neglected at the moment, but it's still in use, you know. The cookhouse used to be the soul of Mahana. There was always people in the cookhouse. There was always a pot of tea on the stove, and there was always a cook. You didn't have to cook. It was not compulsory. It was voluntary. We had visitors from America here that they found it incredible that worked. Really? Voluntary? You know, nobody has to. But I remember...
It's weird for some people to see people volunteer and do things. It's like, what? You're getting nothing out of us and you're volunteering your time? Why? Maybe because I'm a good person and I like to help people. See, you just have to have the right intentions to join a commune like this. You can't have bad intentions going in. It's just gonna it's gonna end in bad results for you and for everyone else involved.
I knew I had arrived at a place where I wanted to be, but I've been looking for all my life. I was living in Wellington previously. You live in a house in the street, you're a sitting duck. When you use marijuana, the police used to come every year and raid me. But eventually I thought, well, I don't want to work for society, I don't want to be part of society anymore. And eventually I came to Mahana. I didn't look for it consciously, but subconsciously I knew I had found what I wanted. This is where the kids used to measure how tall they are, and the names are still on it, you know. It's
crazy that he found this place and thought of it like his home, and then he watched it get, you know, destroyed over time. Like, that's actually so heartbreaking. And he's just like constantly reminded of how thriving this community used to be by like everything that's still there.
We want them back. You know, I'd love to have a whole lot of kids here again. But the past is the past, and you can't bring it back, you know. You just have to look towards the future. You can say this was ready to for somebody to move in here with a family, and it didn't happen. And I don't know exactly what the reason is. Somebody must have tried to break a window. It wasn't like that last time I was here. Oh, no, 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 no. See what this is? Somebody's been drying their dope in here. They smoke it themselves, but they also make money of it. Some of them grow enormous amounts. That's one of the reasons they don't want people moving in, because they're scared of their plots. What deteriorated it even further is when the kids grew older. The kids themselves didn't want to live at Mahana anymore because they were enticed by the toys of the mother.
If you grow up in an area like that, you're interested in things like outside of that community and what's going on in, you know, the real world. But when you're out here living in the real world, you're like, wow, I would love to be in a community like Mahana. So it's like that wanting what you don't have.
Well, for a long time we were hoping that we would get an influx of new ones. But that hasn't happened, and now they're trying to prevent it, which is even worse.
His tattoos are so cool!
Usually I drive into town to go and see my granddaughter. Come on. Where's Brody? Where's Superman?
My name's Rose Dudson, originally Rose Moses, and I'm Arthur's granddaughter. And I did grow up in Mahana. It was interesting. It was good. I think you learn like a value for people and like relationships with people. I think it's really sad with the residents. I think there's a lot of angst and hate, and I'm not a part of it. It's not my life. I chose to live here in my own little world. It's my grandfather, and he's old, and hopefully he's going to move in here one day soon.
It's so sad to see a place that's supposed to be meant for peace and love to be taken over by people with hate in their hearts, because that's, like I said, just the exact opposite of what a space like this is intended for. So it just breaks my heart to see that the whole community was destroyed from hate. That's so sad. And hopefully, you know, hearing this and watching this can inspire people to do the opposite of that and bring love into communities and build communities instead of ruining them.
This is another resident of Mahana. He lives here. That's Dave Frisk is his name. We don't see eye to eye on lots of things, but you can go and talk to him.
Damn, like the one other person, or not literally, but like the one other person that lives in the city, they don't even get along.
Hello. So you going to sit there, Arthur? What do you want?
These guys are doing a documentary about Mahana. I wonder if you want to talk to them and tell them what do you think about Mahana.
Yeah, okay, without you present.
Yeah? Yeah, okay.
Is that all right?
Okay, yeah.
My name's David Prisk. I love the freedom here. I love, I do enjoy the isolation. I enjoy the bush. I enjoy not having neighbouring houses that I can see. For the last 15 years, the place has been quite stable. The meetings have been well behaved. Some of the ones who own houses up the top,
What is he talking about stable? I think the community literally got abandoned. Like, stable? Maybe stably abandoned, yes.
grew up as children here. Now they've got their own children here. They've built their own houses. We've learned how to get along with each other.
This guy is making it seem like this big, thriving community. So it's just interesting to hear a different perspective on it, because, I don't know, his perspective sounds like maybe not so realistic, or maybe he's just referring to the past?
We tried to come up with a policy a number of years ago. We've got a two sort of tier structure. We have members who don't live here, and then we have resident members. Arthur's never liked, he'd like anyone to come in, because at the moment someone can come down and we haven't met them, and they can sign a book and they get a life membership in Mahana. We had one example. We had some people wanting to move in just before Christmas. In Port Charles have been 3 houses burgled in a single night. The property where these people were living, a lot of the stolen stuff got found on their property. We stopped these people moving in.
It's a shame they don't have like defense mechanisms, like, you know, like guard dogs or some type of wired fence or like security, like, you know, something, because I feel like with that, this could have been protected.
We've been slammed for that. There was a house deconstructed. Because there was no policy to say no to certain people moving in, it was seen as the only option to stop elements which we considered undesirable from moving in here. Arthur's got no children living here, he's got no family here, I've got a school-aged child here. Arthur doesn't seem to know anything about what a lot of us do. He doesn't have much in the way of relationships with the other residents here, so he's probably quite lonely. The cookhouse doesn't operate anymore. I mean, people just didn't have the energy to put into it, you know, that they had their own families to raise, they were building houses. That just sort of died a natural death. There is a lot of interaction still among people, but it's not done in one particular place. And unless you've made friendships with those people, you don't sort of have the interaction with them. Arthur probably does miss that. He hasn't really established relationships with a lot of us. You know, we don't want him around our family.
He says a lot of us, and they don't want him around with their families, but there's not that many people there. So why not just, you know, try to include him and get along with everyone? Like, there's 20 of you. Having beef right now, like, this is not the time.
Please.
That's not dismantling. It is vandalism. Dismantling is done systematically. You take the roof down first. They're just saying that. That's not an excuse at all. They have no right to demolish a house that belongs to Mahana. That's not a community. Loneliness is something I've never experienced in my life. My own company is satisfactory.
Yes, King. Yes, King.
A real lonely person is lonely in a crowd. I don't need anybody.
Wow, and the documentary just kind of ends on that note. There's a lot of questions I have from watching that, a lot of unanswered things that went down, like, you know, where do they get their supplies from? Do the people ever like all get together and discuss rebuilding this? How do people find out about it? I mean, I have so many questions. And I'm sure you guys do too. If you guys want to see a part 2 and I can dive deeper into this lost commune of Mahana, let me know in the comments and we can follow up with a part 2 because I just have so many questions. This is so interesting, and you know, there's a lot of research to do before you go off grid, just because you have to prepare yourself for so many different things. It can be such a beautiful thing, but such a scary and difficult thing at the same time, especially, you know, when people disagree on certain aspects like policies and things like that. So wow, I mean, this was very interesting and insightful, and yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just gonna think about this for the rest of the day now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and like this video. Leave a comment down below your feelings about the lost commune of Mahana, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Stay trippy.